Now I've got the second layer of silicone on this. It's probably a good 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 inch thick. It's going to be hardy enough to stand up to doing multiple castings out of this. You can wash it, scrub it. It'll be pretty easy to work with. Normally on these wide flat areas, in order for it to key into the mother mold well, I put in these ribs that you can see here. Really the shape doesn't matter so much. What does matter is have an area that will make a nice marriage to the mold outside. So I think this will be just fine. We've got enough protruding areas, enough detail that it'll go into the mother mold just fine. So next we'll mix up our plaster. Here we've got our nice, not so clean, but almost clean bucket of water. I guess I only have about 1 inch or so in here. It's definitely going to get a lot more once we start adding the plaster. And I have no real mathematical ratio for this. It's very simple. Through trial and error, kind of know how much water to use. But you just start adding the plaster and you strew it in, at least that's what they call it. Basically you want to get a nice even layer in there. You don't want to clump it, you want to slowly sift it into place. If you're really trying to do a good job, use your hands and sift it that way. And that way you can get a nice even dispersal. But you're going to keep doing this until you start getting little dry peaks of plaster on the surface. I know there's a certain weight ratio of water to plaster, but I've done quite a few of these and they always come out quite nice just using the eyeball method. So keep adding the plaster and it keeps soaking into the water. You see it disappear under the surface. So we keep adding it in there. And right about there, you got nice little peaks of dry that are slowly soaking up, but pretty much the water can't accept too much more. And that'll be a good ratio right there. Next you want to mix it. Get the old plaster off. Dirty tools are nice, they add character. Always have dirty tools. Not really. Clean tools are better, but hey, what are you going to do? You're going to mix for about a minute. If you want to set it faster, mix it for 2. And the more agitation you give it, the faster it's going to set up. So pretty much I watch the clock. 1 minute, that gives me good working time. I might go 1.5 minutes. Now I've got a plaster set up. Nice, thick and milky. And I'm just going to go ahead and give this a nice skin so that it's adhering to the silicone really well. I think I'll prop it up. There we go. That's better. This way I can add a bucket underneath the model and catch the drips. You definitely don't want to lose too much of this. I hope I don't splash the camera at this. This is the nice and messy part. Splash it everywhere. Definitely don't wear clothes that, you know, you're going to wear to a wedding the next day. Plaster largely comes into your clothes. When it dries, you can just crack it out and then wash it. But still, it's a pain in the butt. Nice slather. There we go. Now we just kind of have to let it sit for a while. Start laying up skins, drip it on there. So you can see it kind of follows that. Since it already has a coating, it just forms a nice shell. J'ai dit maman, il veut même pas que je mange. J'en veux pas. Comment maman m'appelle pour manger. J'ai dit maman, il veut même pas que je mange. J'en veux pas. This is fun, huh?
C'est comme ça qu'il veut. Bon Dieu va nous aider. Oui, c'est comme ça qu'il veut. Bon Dieu va nous aider.
Now we're getting somewhere. It's starting to really thicken up. It's about the consistency of gravy. So you can really start to layer it up. Now it's working really well. See how much thicker it's getting, and it's a nice heavy body. You can see the texture in it. Oh yeah. Just keep layering it up, layer by layer. It'll stick to itself pretty well. Don't glove it on too hard, because then it'll just pull it down like that. Now it's thick enough you can just lay it up in there. Just smear it nice on. Make sure your edges are nice and thick so they don't break away when you demold it. And that's good. Nice plaster shell, nice squishy mess. Now you definitely want to clean up this before it hardens. Do it now. But you can't just put this in the sink. You want a bucket of water that you rinse out most of this with first. Then once you think it's as clean as you can get it, then you can rinse it out. But this will harden underwater in the sink and make a big cloggy mess and really make everyone mad at you. So I don't suggest it. Yeah, it's already getting nice and firm. If you want to smooth it out, this is a good time. You can just kind of burnish it, but you know, really who cares, because this is just for structure. It doesn't have to look like anything. So there you go.